Description: this story is only for entertainment purpose. The characters which are shown in the story are imaginary. I hope you all enjoy it. It all began on a Monday evening when you noticed Hannah was not her usual bubbling self. Normally, she would be running around the house, playing with her toys and singing her favorite songs. But today, she was usually quiet, lying on the couch with a blanket wrapped around her. You walked over and felt her forehead, finding it warm to the touch. Hannah, sweetie, are you feeling okay? You asked gently. She shook her head and mumbled, my head hurts, mommy. Concerned, you brought her a glass of water and some medicine, hoping it would help. You stayed by her side, reading her stories and keeping her company as the day went on. However, after some time, you started to feel the telltale signs of illness yourself: a scratchy throat, a headache, and a growing sense of fatigue. By the time Jungkook came home from work, Hannah and you were both curled up on the couch, looking and feeling miserable. He immediately noticed something wrong. What's going on? Are you both okay? He asked, concern etched on his face as he hurried over to you both. Hannah has a fever. You explained, your voice hoarse, and I think I am also not feeling well. Jungkook gently scooped Hannah into his arms. You both need to rest. I will take care of everything. But you just got back from work. You must be tired. I will handle it, don't worry. He shook his head immediately. Nothing is more important than you two. Rest now. I will handle dinner. As he carried Hannah upstairs to her room, you couldn't help but feel relieved and grateful to have him. Despite his long day at work, Jungkook's priority was his family. He settled Hannah in her bed, making sure she was comfortable. Then he came back downstairs to check on you. You need to lie down too, he said softly, helping you up and leading you to your bedroom. I will bring you some medicine and something to eat. Exhausted, you nodded and sank into the bed, your body aching. Jungkook went downstairs. You could hear Jungkook moving around the kitchen and the sounds of pans as he preparing dinner. A while later, he returned with a tray of warm soup and a small bowl of rice. He placed it on the bedside table and sat beside you, his eyes full of love and concern. Here, let me feed you, he said gently, lifting a spoonful of soup to your lips. You managed a weak smile. You don't have to do that, Jungkook. I want to. You need to save your strength. You didn't argue and allowed him to feed you. The warm soup soothed your sore throat. And you could feel some of your strength returning. Jungkook's presence and care were more healing than any medicine. After ensuring you had eaten enough, he gave you medicine and he moved to Hannah's room to check on her. You followed him quietly, leaning against the doorframe as you watched him tend to your daughter. He gently woke her up, coaxing her to take her medicine and a few spoonsful of soup. Just a little bit, sweetheart. It will help you feel better, he said softly while placing Hannah on his lap. Hannah, her eyes half closed, nodded and allowed him to feed her. After he finished feeding, he gave her medicine. The scene filled your heart with warmth. Jungkook was not only a devoted husband but also an incredible father. His patience and care were evident in every action, every word. After giving medicine, Jungkook tucked her back in her bed, singing a song until she fell asleep. Then he kissed her forehead and turned back. And he saw you in the doorframe where you was waiting, a grateful smile on your face. He came near you. Thank you, Jungkook. I don't know what we would do without you. He kissed your forehead and pulled you into a gentle embrace. We are a team, remember? We take care of each other. Then you both left to your bedroom. After you both came to your bedroom, he gently helped you in laying on bed and he embraced you tightly and cuddled with you until you both fell asleep. The next morning, you woke up to the sound of Hana coughing. Your throat felt raw and your head was pounding. It took all your strength to get out of the bed and check on her. When you walked into her room, Jungkook was already there, sitting on the edge of her bed with a thermometer in his hand. You approached him. 1 or 2 degrees, he said quietly, looking up at you. She definitely has a heavy fever. You sat down beside him, feeling a pang of guilty. I'm sorry, I should have stayed up with her. Jungkook shook his head and placed a reassuring hand on your shoulder. You are sick too, you need to rest. I will take care of both of you. He left to get some medicine and a cool cloth for Hana's forehead while you stayed with her, stroking her hair and whispering soothing words. She looked up at you with big glassy eyes. Mom, I don't feel good. I know, sweetie. Daddy is going to make it better. Jungkook returned with a tray carrying medicine, a glass of water, and a bowl of soup. He handed you the medicine first, insisting that you take it before anything else. You protested, but he was adamant. You can't take care of Hana if you are not well. If you are not feeling well yourself, he said firmly. Reluctantly, you took the medicine and drank some water. Jungkook then turned his attention to Hana, coaxing her to take her medicine and sip some soup. He was gentle and patient, and you felt a rush of gratitude for him. The next few days were a blur of fevers, medicine schedules, and restless nights. Jungkook never left your side. He took time off from his busy schedule, putting his career on hold to be there for both of you. He cooked meals, cleaned the house, and stayed up through the night to monitor your fevers. Whenever Hana woke up crying, he was there to comfort her, rubbing her back to sleep in his arms. One night you woke up and found Jungkook sitting in a chair by the bed, Hana cradled in his arms as he hummed a soft song. She had finally fallen asleep, her little hand clutching his shirt. The sight brought tears in your eyes. Despite the exhaustion, Jungkook remained a strong pillar of strength, his love and dedication shining through every action. After a few days of rest and care, Hana and you finally started to feel better. Hana's energy returned in full force and she was back to running around the house, her laughter filling the air. It was a relief to see her so lively and happy again. One evening, as you was crossing up from kitchen, you heard a faint sound of voice coming from the living room. You walked over and saw Jungkook sitting on the couch talking on the phone. From the conversation, you could tell he was speaking with his father. Hana was playing nearby with her toys, but she paused and looked up when she heard you approach. She smiled and ran over, tugging at your hand to lead you closer to Jungkook. Dada is talking to Grandpa, she said exactly. You followed her and sat down next to Jungkook, who gave you a warm smile and mouthed, "Just a minute," before continuing his conversation. After a few more minutes, Jungkook finished his call and set his phone down. He turned to both of you. Dad sends his love and says he can't wait to see us all soon. That's wonderful, you said, leaning in to kiss him on his cheek. You really are the best, Jungkook. You have taken such good care of us these past few days. My husband is the best. Before Jungkook could respond, Hana piped off. No, my dad is the best. You laughed and looked at Hana. Well, I think my husband is the best. Hana shook her head vigorously. No, my dad is the best. Jungkook chuckled, clearly amused by your playful argument. Looks like we have a bit of a competition here. You crossed your arms and pretended to be serious. Oh, really? Well, I think I have a pretty strong case. After all, he's been an amazing husband. Hana mimicked your pose, crossing her little arms and puffing out her cheeks. But he's my dada, and he is the best because he makes me feel better and reads me stories. Jungkook's eyes twinkled with amusement as he watched you both. I don't know, you both make very convincing arguments. You leaned closer to Hana and said, how about we agree that he is the best husband and the best dad? Hana considered this for a moment, then nodded. Okay, I agree. He is the best dad and best husband and the best dada. Jungkook laughed and pulled you both into a hug. I think I can live with that. As you all sat there wrapped each other's arms, you felt a deep sense of gratitude and love for your family. You all spent the rest of the evening together, talking, laughing, enjoying the simple pleasure of being with one another. Jungkook was indeed the best husband, the best dad, and the best partner you could ever ask for. And as you watched him playing with Hana, her laughter echoing through the house. You know that your love and bond would carry you all through anything life throw your way.